What do?
And then you'll be right here in the middle. Yeah. Guests are always in the middle for us. And then let's see. Stream manager. And then let me see this. And then, actually, where's my other phone? Cole, you want to take a seat for me? Fuego, you want to take a seat right there for me real quick? Just so I can set this up. Take a picture of that.
We know we don't put ugly people on stream, so he'll be out of here.
Bad. Okay, let me set this one
up. When I'm out of town and I go to an event or a show, they usually like ask me to do things like that. Yeah, so it's cool.
Bad.
I've been wanting to do it on my own, but finding the time is like this is a whole full-time job, bro.
Doing it, editing it.
Yeah, doing it is one thing. Now going back to editing, that's
That'd be
the
the
part.
worst. I feel like that's the worst for all types of content.
Yeah.
Having to edit that shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I edit something 6 hours, just one video. Yeah, this is bullshit.
Bad.
Yeah, because
Okay.
editing actually takes longer.
Yup.
But
Actually, let me grab a water.
That's when you really don't even know what you're doing.
Learning to edit, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let me see what we got. Okay, you good before I go. I'm going to say if you want to start
You
this.
gonna replace me?
Look, even the best get replaced. You know what I'm saying? Alrighty.
damn, I needed a haircut.
Okay, bet.
You got a little ugly right now.
Oh shit. It's gone?
Then it's stuck. It's like this. Then it's part of it.
And then I'm going to run this as well. Alrighty. Just 1 second. Navy Chief, appreciate you tuning in. You always tune in, bro. We appreciate that. I'm going to see you at the end of the month. You coming for a cut. Appreciate it. Alrighty.
You said you already got it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me see. Add this. I do. I got you. I'm gonna tap in with you later tonight. I'm behind on all my appointments, but if you go to my Instagram, you can book through there. But if not, like I said, I'm gonna tap in with you tonight. Bet. And then let's see. Let's check one more thing. Already. Oop. Okay, bet. All right, y'all. We back once again. We got a special guest today. Y'all know we new to the streaming thing, but we trying to expand our reach and see, you know what I'm saying, tap into this real barber community. So we got an OG in the game. He's been doing this. How long you been doing this?
31.
31 years?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, okay. So as long as I've been alive, he's been in the game. You know what I'm saying? He's where are you originally from?
Like nationality?
Where were you born?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Okay. Straight from Puerto Rico. He resides here in usually reside here in Fort Worth now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's here in Fort Worth, so y'all check him out. The man, the myth, the legend, Papito Blessedhands. I want to give it up, you know what I'm saying? Give it up, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate you coming through. You know, it's definitely a pleasure. But you know, we one thing about this whole streaming thing is, you know, we want to give y'all an insight. What we were talking about before we went live, we want to give y'all an insight on this barbering thing. Y'all seen us cut hair. You see what we do with the clippers, you know, and it seems like every barber just kind of takes a picture of a haircut and that's it. But you know, we want to give y'all a little bit more of an insight. So we brought Big Dog in, and you know, we want to pick his brain a little bit. So you know, kind of give y'all kind of give y'all a little bit of, what we do, other than just cut hair. But you say you've been cutting. Damn, dog, that's crazy. You've been cutting as long as I've been born. So what got you cutting hair?
So you was born in '95.
Oh wait, no, hold on. No, I was born '93. I was born '93, so almost, give or take.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, yeah. Almost. He started cutting '95.
I started cutting '95. That was my first haircut, '95.
Oh wow.
How old were you?
I was 12.
12 years old?
Yeah. Same. That's crazy, man.
You started when you was 12?
I was 12, turning 13, and picked up the clippers, never turned
You
back.
know, it's crazy. Fun fact: I know a lot of great barbers that I've met throughout my years started when I was 12. So I
Yeah.
think 12 is that age. So if you see a kid, or if you're a kid that's starting at 12 years old, you're gonna be great.
Man, look, hey, y'all heard it, man.
12 is
Look,
the age, man.
12 is that sweet spot, man. Y'all pick up them clippers, you'll never put them down. You started in Puerto Rico?
Nah, because I moved. My mom moved from Puerto Rico. She moved us out of Puerto Rico back in '94 when I was 11.
Okay.
So we went from there we went straight to New Jersey.
Ah, okay.
So I grew up in Jersey. So when I remember a year in Jersey, I had a friend of mine that we went to play basketball with. He told me, "Let me shave my head before we go play basketball." And for some reason, I already know how to, I know how to shave. I used to shave the fuzz of my head when I was little.
With a straight razor?
Yeah, with the straight razor, just watching my dad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. So, and I would do good. I never cut myself, nothing. I did really good. So I told him, well, let me do it for you so we could do it fast. I know how to do it. So he trusted me. He let me do it. I cut the most perfect chili bowl a 12-year-old kid can cut, bro. And that was it, bro. That was it. And he liked it. He was like, you know what? Can you cut my brother's hair too? I got some clippers. I'm like, yeah, I know how to do it. So I used to watch the barber cut hair because, coming up where I grew up at, you look up to 3 different people. People look up to your local drug dealer because everybody respects him and fear him.
Yeah.
You look up to cops, athletes and the barber.
Right.
But the one thing about the barber is that they all look up to him. They all respect him.
Right.
So I always felt like I wanted to be that guy in the community. I wanted to be that person in the community.
As a pillar in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will always watch them, watch them when they cut hair, and I will always love how I felt after my haircut.
Yeah.
See, me growing up in Puerto Rico, when I was young, as a kid, you could be 6, 7, 8 years old. If you go into school and you don't have a haircut, they're gonna roast you.
Right. Yep.
So it's like if you got messed up fingers or whatever, they're gonna roast you if you don't have a haircut.
Right.
So I would go to the barbershop every week. It was $5.
Right.
So,
The good old days.
Yeah, the good old days. $5. I remember $5 haircuts, $1 lineups. A lineup was $1, bro.
That was $1.
Yeah.
Man.
So fast forward to I was 12. My friend, he let me borrow his clippers. I cut his 2 brothers. And it was just even, like a number 2, number 1 all around. And bro, here's the thing, bro. When I grabbed those clippers for the first time and I cut their hair, I felt something in me. Like I felt powerful.
Really?
I felt like, damn, like I'm doing this. Like they're trusting me to do this, and I'm doing it good, even though, if I look back at that haircut right now, it's probably bad.
Yeah.
But the fact that they will sit there, trusted me, and they listened to my commands when I say turn this way, turn that way, look up, look down. I felt in charge.
Yeah.
And afterwards, when they liked it, and they told me that they loved it and everything, and I did good. According to them, right, I did good. I just felt like, nah, this is what I want to be. This is it. Bro, I started walking around the whole neighborhood with those clippers.
Yeah.
Offering people like, yo, I cut hair, $5.
Now, what was the reaction to? I mean, obviously, you walking around the neighborhood, but were people open to you letting them cut their hair?
Oh yeah, bro.
Really?
$5 haircuts? Man, yeah, bro. They didn't have no problem with it.
Hell yeah.
They gave me the chance. My mom didn't want me to be a barber.
Really?
Yeah, because we was in the hood.
Yeah.
We pretty much left the hood in Puerto Rico to go to the hood in Jersey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, she was just, concerned. She was like, I don't want you to mess somebody's hair up.
Yeah.
And then they're going to come looking for you or whatever. We don't want those problems.
Right.
But as every other kid, I didn't listen. I still went around and did it. So she started noticing that they would call me up from downstairs. We lived on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
Yo, Papito, can you cut my hair?
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, bro, my mom's gonna hear that, you know? And
You ain't even trying to sell drugs. You just trying to give some
I'm just
haircut.
telling you,
you know?
that's
That's
her
it.
hair,
That's
you know?
honest living.
Bro, one day she came home
Hey,
from
Foy,
the store.
you can turn that down just a little bit, cut the sound in half, the music. Yeah, just cut it in half.
Yeah, it might be
I was
on
gonna
the
say,
way.
if not, you can just turn it off. Just, yeah, you good. Yeah, you good.
That's cool.
Go ahead.
So one day she came home from the store, and she bought me this cheap set of clippers from the convenience store.
Yeah.
And that pretty much she just gave me the green light. Like, look, just go ahead, do it.
Yeah.
You know, I could be doing worse things.
Yeah.
But I'm just cutting hair. Bro, when she brought me that, I was like, oh, it's on. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
And that's it. I never stopped. And I remember, and I have a few friends that gave me the opportunity to cut the hair to learn from and all that. I'm gonna give you my Michael Jordan moment. I think I was a sophomore in high school, right? I went to high school when I was that same year, 12, 13.
Yeah,
I was
same.
young.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, a sophomore or junior, I went to the local barbershop, to the barber where everybody would go to get haircuts, right? And I felt like I was already good enough. I was nice enough to be at a barbershop. So I'm over here to trying out to get the job or whatever. And the thing about that barber is that he used to cut really fast. That was his thing. And he used to cut fast because he used to have other barbers work for him, but this is what they did. They did the guideline, nicely done and clean, and then he would do the fade. So he would just have 3-4 clients just lined up with a guideline only. So they would move to his chair,
When
he
you
would do
say
the fade,
guideline,
leave.
like not the lineup, but like the
Not
actual
guideline.
Bald line.
Like a bald line, yeah.
Lord.
That was
Hey,
his
that's
business.
That's kind of dope,
That's
though.
an assembly line.
Because you know what's
know?
crazy is, okay, so you know, with salons, that you can go to different people for different parts of the service. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
then the main guy will come in and cut your hair.
Yeah, so
But-
so he had 1 or 2 barbers like just do guidelines only all day.
Yeah.
Just, you know, get the guidelines, and I'm the one that does the fading, and that's it, get out of here. And he will pay them or whatever. That was his thing. But I didn't have that. I had to do everything, right?
Right.
So when I came to try out, the fade was clean, but you know, the speed wasn't up to his standards because he would cut fast. So he's there telling me, you know, you still gotta practice. You know, you're taking way too long on the haircut. I don't think it's still clean enough. You gotta go practice and do all that, and then come back maybe like in a year or so. And I took that personally,
Yeah.
you know, because you remember the story when Michael Jordan got cut from his high school team, and then he came back and destroyed the league, you know, in high school. So that's how I felt.
Yeah.
I left out of there mad, bro. I was like, how you gonna tell me that I'm not good enough when clearly, like, I'm cutting a bunch of my friends and all that?
Yeah.
So sure enough, you know, fast forward from my sophomore year to my senior year, I got to my prom late because I had to cut almost everybody for the prom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was me saying, like, I'm about to make it.
Yeah.
And
Sure enough.
I had this thing in me where one day I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you that, you know, I made it, and you sparked that.
Yeah. Put
Man,
that
I
fire
fuck-
under you.
Yeah, but I found out that he died a couple of years ago.
Ah.
Yeah, so I never had
That's
a chance.
crazy.
Yeah, I
That's
never had the
crazy.
chance, so.
Well, rest in peace to the homie who kind of.
His name was Junior.
Junior. Shout out,
Junior,
man.
Junior,
Rest in
yeah,
peace,
Junior.
Junior, man.
Junior from Union City, New Jersey.
Man,
Yeah.
it's crazy how, you know, somebody like that will probably never guess they put a fire under you to, you know, get you to where you are today, which is kind of crazy, but that's sometimes what it takes. And I feel like everybody kind of had that moment where we, you know, there was a turning point. Like you said, it's almost like an ego trip, but that first time you pick up some clippers, man, that gives you that power, man. Like you turn into a superhero, you know, and it kind of puts it in you. And like you said, that haircut could be jacked up, man, but it sparks something.
I
and
did that, you know?
Yeah,
I did-
exactly.
It's gonna last, you know?
And it's crazy because, you know, like you said, when people come into the shop, that's one thing that I feel like, you know, we're starting to lose is the barbershop used to be a nucleus. It used to be the center of a neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to your barbershop and that was the spot to be. We're starting to lose that, and I feel like it's gonna come back one day. Things come and go in trends, but you know, you never know what could spark from that or what, you know, what could come from that. yo, fight. But it's crazy to see, man, and it's good to know that people who really do it. I mean, we all kind of got that same story of how we started, where we came from, and what drove us to want to get behind the chair.
Yeah.
When you started, so your first shop, I'm assuming, was up in Jersey?
The first shop I worked in.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I was just cut pretty much house calls and all that. My first job out of barbershop started when I was 12. And my first job was when I was 16, and I remember I was there for like a summer, like 2 months, and I kid you not, I did one haircut a week,
All right.
and it was 50%, and the haircut was $10. So at the end of the week,
Wait, it was 50% commission,
50% commission,
and
so,
it was $10.
and it was $10 haircuts, and I would only do one haircut a week.
And what?
I'll be there all day, and I will only land one haircut.
Yeah.
And what year was this?
This was in 1999.
I know. Okay.
1999.
Yeah.
So at the end of the week, the owner will have me an envelope. Hey, here you go. Here's your pay.
Yeah.
$5. $5. Because that haircut would get. I think if the guy would give me a tip like $2 or whatever.
you know.
So in all reality, I made $7.
Yeah.
But I was a kid. I didn't have nothing better to do, so I was just there.
Right.
I was just there. But then I chose other things. I started working in different places. I worked in Foot Action and FedEx and all that. But I
Yeah.
never stopped cutting hair.
Right.
I never stopped cutting hair.
At what point were you able to make the transition to being a full-time barber where you didn't have to work another job?
Man, so you got me going back to the vault, bro, because it's been a long time. I'm trying to think. When I said, okay, I'm cutting full time, and this is it. Okay, strictly cutting.
Yeah.
You talking about the year 2000? I never done just cutting, bro.
Really?
Yeah,
it's-
but
okay.
here's my thing. Okay, we talking about side hustles or strictly barber industry?
Let's say barber. Let's go with barber.
You don't have a
industry.
second job,
Well, to the extent of like, you don't have to go to the warehouse. You don't have to go to
To
a
make
shoe
ends
store
meet,
to pay your
Okay,
bills.
so
To the
man.
point to where like you cutting hair, and then you can go from cutting hair to other hustles that came.
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean,
that's
I
extra.
did it on and off. I did that on and off, but there was times that I still had to pick something. And obviously, fast forward to a couple of years where I already had my kids, and I was in Pennsylvania because I had moved to Pennsylvania too, and I was again back in Allentown. Allentown is pretty much hood.
Yeah.
Most people. Now, let me not say most people or most barbers, but a lot of barbers, when we work in the hood, we tend to have our side extracurricular activities.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Everybody got a past. So if you consider that, then that was kind of like always there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess when was barbering your main hustle? When did that become
Barbering
your main thing?
and anything only straight barbering.
Mm-hmm.
I would say when I got out of the military.
You in the
and-
military?
Yeah, I'm a veteran.
Wow,
Man,
okay.
well, we appreciate your service.
I appreciate that. I was stationed in Fort Bliss in El Paso from 2010 to the end of 2013.
Okay.
So once I got out of the military, before I got out, I was already going to shows. I was already pretty much judging shows and everything. So I was already making a name for myself.
2013?
2013.
Man,
Oh,
that was-
before that.
Okay.
Like 2011 to 2013, I was already doing that. So when I got out in 2013, that was strictly straight to cutting.
Right.
And that was it. It was all my pretty much my income came from anything related to barbering.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I was
honestly,
in kindergarten.
you were what?
I was in kindergarten.
What year were you born?
2008.
You were born in 08?
Yes, sir.
What was I doing in 08? 08.
What were you doing in 08?
I was cutting. I was
No.
cutting. I was cutting and hustling.
There you go. There you
I was cutting and
go.
hustling.
Nice.
Man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know you were in the military, man. That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild because it's always kind of been a thing where you're never just a barber, and people love to say that. They're like, "How long you been cutting hair? You know, you full-time barber?" Well, you know, I got other trades, things like that. But we never, you know, we're never just a barber, you know. But it is interesting to see that there was a period there where you were like really, you know what I'm saying, like getting everything that the hair industry has to offer. Like when you, like you said, you were judging shows and things like that. Uh, you said you were still in the military?
Before I got out, I remember I was already going to shows. I was
Okay.
still in the military. I used to remember. I remember asking for leave, putting my leave packet to be allowed to go to a different city, different state for a show. When my first sergeant and my commanders saw what I was doing, we became so close. They even told me like, "Look, you ain't even got to put in the leave packet to waiting to get approved.
Yeah.
You come to me directly. You let me know what's going on. Show me, and we do it direct. You don't got to
Right.
answer to nobody else.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the top dog
Yeah.
in my division.
Right.
You know, and as a matter of fact, till this day, I still call him our first sergeant. We call him Top because he's at the top, so that's his nickname.
Right.
Till this day, we talk, and
That's
that's,
dope.
Top.
That's
And
dope.
when he came to visit my shops, it was an instant where I told him like, "I make sure it's clean."
Right.
Because Top is coming. Who? You won't understand.
You wouldn't
but
understand,
It's
look.
got to be clean because he's gonna come check.
Shout out to Top.
Yeah.
Clean your station.
Yeah. But before that, I was already traveling before I officially got out.
Yeah.
So when I got out, bro, I remember when I signed out the last time. I remember it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I remember exactly what I did that day. I signed out. I went home, took off my uniform, hung it. This is the last time I'm wearing this. I hung it. I changed and went straight to the barbershop because I had
Yeah.
clients lined up.
Yeah.
Just like that. I'm like, yep, this is what I'm gonna do.
This
This
is
is what
it.
I'm doing now.
Hell yeah.
So that was the first time actually that I was that I decided to barbering is my only source of income now.
Right.
Barbering, cutting hair or anything related to barbering.
Right.
So
And then when you so you were working at a shop at that time.
yeah,
Where was this at? This was back
El
up in-
Paso.
Oh, this was El Paso.
Yeah, because I was stationed in El Paso in Fort Bliss.
Mhm.
So when I got out, I stayed in El Paso. I stayed there for another 10 years.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay, yeah. What was it like what was the barber scene at that time like in El Paso? I mean, was there?
That's a good question because
'Cause
I
this
I
was-
love telling this story.
What year was this again?
So I
2013,
got there
14.
in 2010.
Okay.
When I got to El Paso, bro, getting a haircut, it wasn't trending at all. It was a bunch of salons with a bunch of older ladies just giving you
Whatever.
whatever
Clip over,
haircut.
comb, fade.
Yeah, it's just for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever fade they give you,
That's it.
you will go to school and thinking, I got a fade, and that was the fade. People
Yeah.
were like, oh, you got a clean fade, but
Yeah.
in reality,
Yeah.
So that was it. There was nothing going on. So me being from here's the thing. Me coming from the East Coast, as if New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, where barbering is is important, and is highly respected.
Yeah.
We take pride in what we do. I brought that set of skills to the Midwest, pretty much to the middle of nowhere.
Right.
El Paso. I don't know if you guys
Right.
been there.
Right.
And bro, something so simple as a lineup with a nice blended, fade, bro. People were like, bro, what kind of sorcery is this?
Yeah.
Like I never seen this
It's
before.
the best haircut I ever got.
Bro,
You know?
I grew my business like this.
Yeah.
I remember I would cut hair in my garage with the garage door open.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember with this one kid, bro. My first client ever that really put me out there, his name was Chelvis. God rest his soul. He passed away last year. He was the first one that started giving me some motion. But this one kid, what's his name? I think Raul was his name. I think it was Raul, something like that. Damn, I don't remember. But anyways, so this kid, he's a popular kid, right? He would walk around. He saw me cutting hair. He just asked me, "Hey, you cut hair?" I'm like, obviously, because you see me what I'm
What
doing.
it look like.
But I'm like, yeah, I do. Oh, cut my hair. Can you cut my hair? I like come through. I got you. It was like $10, bro. It was like $10. But I did that introductory $10 to let people
Yeah.
know. This is September. Come December, I was gonna put my prices up. So I cut his hair, gave him the best haircut he ever had in his life. He loved it. He was like, bro, what the heck is this?
Right.
So he told one friend, the one friend told two friends told four told 8,
Right.
and I blew up. Thanks to that kid, actually. I forgot his name, bro. but
Just know
for some
whoever
reason
you are,
watching
look,
this,
yeah, you-
like
you're a staple,
yeah,
man.
I
Look,
appreciate
you're a
you, bro.
staple.
Yeah. You know, so and then, so in El Paso, there was like they didn't know a barber like that.
Yeah.
Come to find out, and I will promote, bro. I've been promoting my haircut since MySpace, bro.
Yeah.
You know, we went
Shout
from
out to
MySpace to
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
So now I see this other guy that's promoting haircuts, but he's promoting nothing but designs, crazy designs and all that. And you know, I would like his stuff. He liked my stuff. We started talking. Next thing you know, he's from El Paso too. I'm like, bro, that's crazy. I didn't even know. And you know, we've been seeing each other's work for a while. His name was Marcus P. Hatch, MP.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are familiar.
Not with them.
He's Travis Scott's barber,
Wow.
celebrity
okay.
barber,
Yeah.
MP.
Okay.
So, you know, we became friends. So he was like the man in El Paso. But with him, it was, I guess he wasn't really out there because he's not really outspoken. He was always
Right.
like a quiet kid.
Right.
One of those quiet kids that, bro, he speaks with his hands. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, you know, we linked up and you know, we built a friendship. You know, that was my brother and everything. There was another kid named I can't. This is messed up. If they see this, they're gonna be like, "How can you forget my name?" White boy Mike. That's his name.
Call him Mike.
Yeah, white boy Mike.
White boy Mike.
White boy
Look.
Mike. So yeah, he was another one that was like killing El Paso, but quietly.
Yeah.
They didn't do social media. I already came in with some sort of social media presence because I was already promoting through MySpace.
Right.
You know, so you don't remember MySpace.
I wasn't there, man.
Yeah, you didn't even have an account.
MySpace was a time, bro. It was a time.
Matter of fact, I think MySpace is older than you.
Yeah.
Might be.
for real. That's
So,
funny.
so you know, but I pretty much, you know, put El Paso out there, put it to notice. You know, Barbershop Connect used to be a website.
Yeah.
And Barbershop Connect was like, bro, if you were featured in Barbershop Connect, oh, you made it.
Yeah.
You know, so I remember I had a good relationship with Lee, the owner. You know Lee, right? Lee Resnick from Barbershop Connect. I know him since, you know, years, you know, before that. And, you know, he started noticing, like, I was in El Paso killing it and everything. And then I pretty much introduced, you know, him to, this is Marcus. And then later on, A-Rod, you guys know A-Rod. You know, then A-Rod came around and I introduced him too and all that.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay.
so from there, it's like we turned El Paso into a city in the middle of nowhere that nobody knows to one of the best cities in the whole state of Texas
Put
when
them
it
on
comes
the
to
map.
barbering.
Yeah.
I promise you, bro. You go to El Paso to a barbershop right now to get a haircut,
They know
you're
you.
gonna get clean. Like you're
Yeah.
gonna get fresh.
Y'all set a standard out there.
Oh,
Created
big
a
time.
standard.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. And no shot.
Oh, wow.
And no, obviously no shame or disrespect to any other city in Texas. But if I were to pick a city in the whole state where I would say, yo, you got the best barbers, even though I live here and I got a roof for my own, right?
Yeah.
Nah, I think honestly El Paso got it, bro.
Hey, man, you can't hate on that. You know,
I gotta be real with
especially, you know, you was one of the first to kind of to build it up out there and set that tone and set that standard. You know, with and it's funny too because El Paso literally is in the middle of nowhere, but
Yeah.
it just goes to show that, you know, through this social media and through the right type of, you know, getting your name out there, you let people. That's one of the biggest things too, man. That it took me a long time to understand was like, if you build it, they will come. If you put your name out there and let people know that you're doing something,
Yeah.
man, there's people gonna find you. They're gonna, you know, it might be in the middle of nowhere, it might be around the corner, but people gonna find you.
Well, social media is the new age newspaper.
Yeah.
You know, back then, you know, if you want to put a business ad for people to see it,
Yeah.
you know, you have this little tiny space in the newspaper on the classifieds.
Yep.
You know, now social media, everybody's on their phone. You know what I mean? So
It's changed the game
Yep,
so
yep.
much, man. It's changed it so much, and it's crazy too because a lot of OGs tell young people, man, if I had social media 30 years ago, if I had social media 30 years ago, man, I'd be killing the game. And I kind of feel like now we're kind of so used to social media that we don't really realize what is in the palm of our hands. You know what I'm saying?
you gotta be careful too. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. A lot of OGs are haters too. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of OGs are haters, and they come up with stories. That's like the same guy that's saying, if I would have messed up my knee, I would have been All-American quarterback.
No doubt in my mind,
Yeah,
I'd have made
okay,
it.
yeah, but you didn't.
But you didn't, yeah,
So if you
exactly.
didn't, stop hating on others. You know,
Right, yeah.
I feel like a lot of OGs, they love to say things like that, but those are the ones that stay stuck in their old ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't do no social media. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. You may not want to, but don't hate on those that do.
Right.
You know, because it's working for them.
It's working.
You know, it's just like I don't hate on the OG that wants to promote himself on the newspaper still.
Right.
Hey, if it works for you, all right. I'm
Right.
just telling you that. I'm just telling you that in 2026, there's a easier, better way to promote
Right.
than that newspaper you still paying.
Right. You know,
But if they want to keep it that way, sure.
Man,
That's all.
keep it going. Because, that's a big thing too, man. And I hate to say this, but I think myself, Cole, I don't even know. I guess Fuego, you could say Fuego too. We're kind of those types of barbers where like, nah, we don't need social media, man. That's corny.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to do all that. Like we got word of mouth because we got motion,
We're better than everyone else. Why do
Yeah.
we gotta do all this stupid shit on social media?
Yeah.
And we were very much when Cole and I met. We were like, we ain't finna do all that.
We speak with our hands.
We speak with our
We
hands.
don't- we don't know a
we let
barber,
the cuts
you
speak
know?
for themselves.
You know?
Until it's like that is the name of the game, though. And whether we like it or not, what made me realize was you don't have to be the best barber, give out the best haircuts. If people rock with you, they rock with you. And so it's because of social media. A lot of it is because of social media, because of what you're doing on social media, what people see from you. And I was like, man, rather than hate on them, I'm the type of person where rather than hate, I'm gonna try it myself. And if I can do it, let me see if I can do it.
Can't beat them, join them.
Can't beat them, join them. And then it's like, okay, now I see what we're missing. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
you also gotta go, like you said, you gotta go with times.
Yeah.
If back then, I always tell people, look, back then you used to ride horses, but then something that lasts longer and stronger is a car.
Mm-hmm.
And now then came the airplane.
Yep.
You used to write with a pencil, now they got a pen.
Right.
You used to send letters, now you can just send an email.
Right.
Like things evolve,
Right.
and you gotta evolve with it. If not, you're gonna stay stuck in the past. And if, like I said, if they want to stay in the past, by all means, if it works for you, but
Right.
don't hate
Right.
and try to say like, nah, that's social media, that ain't. Yeah, it is, man.
It is.
So
And what's crazy too? It wasn't really until, and you could probably speak on this better, but it really wasn't until social media that barbers really had the platform that we have now. Because now, back in the day, you were a staple. You were a pillar of your community. But now, barbers, you can make a whole career just out of cutting hair, especially like with things like schooling, with things like education, with things like public speaking, products. I mean, the sky's the limit now for barbers, and it's all open, man. Like it's crazy what you can do, because even myself, like back in the day, a lot of barbers, if they ain't dope dealers, they're trying to breed some dogs. You know what I'm saying? Or flip some cars or do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, when I was selling Frenchies, it was great, but it didn't really open doors for barbering. And now, man, you can do so much within the industry. And like I said, the sky's the limit. But let me ask you this though, like when things started changing, obviously haircuts got more intense. We started introducing wireless clippers, enhancements. Like so much of it has kind of evolved. Was it hard to kind of hop on those new trends? Did you ever kind of feel like, man, this is kind of corny, I'm kind of selling out? Or did you just run with it and kind of embrace it all?
no, I was always a fan of new things coming out.
Yeah.
I always been like a nerd when it comes to technology and,
Yeah.
and things like that or whatever. And I used to watch people like coming up in the barber game. I used to watch people use enhancements. I didn't know anything about them. I couldn't understand how a lineup could be so crisp, so sharp. I just didn't know anything about it
Yeah.
until one time I saw this barber use them. What was his name? It was at a barbershop called Showtime Barbershop in Allentown.
Shout out Showtime.
His
Shout
name
out.
was Wheezy. Was it Wheezy? I think it was Wheezy. If I jack up his name, yeah. It's been a long time, bro. I'm old. I don't remember things. I seen them do the enhancements, and I remember trying them, and I remember showing other barbers, oh, check out this new technique, whatever that I'm learning. What are you doing? Well, whatever.
That's
You
fake,
know,
you know.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, look at what I was told. I remember when I was trying to introduce color enhancement to other barbers. I remember it was this other Hispanic barber. This is what they told me, because I had went to another barbershop to cut hair, and it was mostly morenos, you know, black barbers. So they were like, this is what I was told. I was like, this guy goes over there to work for a few months, comes back, and now he wants to be a moreno barber. I'm like, bro, why are you so close-minded? Like, try this, you know?
Yeah.
But you know, that comes to show how a lot of people like to stay stuck in the past and stuck in things, and they don't want to evolve in new things. And now, bro, this color, like, you know, speaking on color enhancement, you see it everywhere. You see anybody, bro. You see Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Asian, whatever you are. Everybody gets it, bro. I don't cut my hair if it's not enhanced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I have bottles of enhancement that last me for months because if it's not,
It's the new standard.
yeah. I'm not cutting my hair. I'm sorry. I if people like it natural, cool. But with me, my haircut, I always gotta have enhancement.
Yeah.
Always.
You know? And what's crazy too is it's never, enhancements were never like a bad thing, because men have been coloring their hair forever. You know what I'm saying? It's just now the barbers started doing it, and we started lining up, making them lines sharp. You know, we never really had that before, but man, for a long time, people go to the barbershop and you get your hair colored. Men have been getting colored forever, but the enhancements were like the big thing. But it was kind of crazy, because it was a hard sell for me. I'm not gonna lie. The enhancements were like, I was like, man, I can't do it. It's corny. And then I started doing it, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of fire. And I was like, there was a handful of times as a barber where you had that epiphany of like, oh, I just elevated.
Yeah.
And as much as I didn't like enhancements, I did enhancements, and once I figured my method out, I was like, oh man, okay, all this time I've been kind of hating, and it makes the cuts look better. It just brings them to life. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and it takes a lot, I would say, to understand the reason and the purpose behind it. For instance, you cutting somebody on a Friday, this person is gonna go out Friday night.
Yeah.
So, you know, you want to make sure that the haircut looks super sharp. You know what I'm saying? Naturally, it's gonna look sharp, it's gonna look clean, it's gonna look well done.
Yeah.
But obviously, naturally, you have some spots, some lighter spots that it's not gonna, it's not gonna look as sharp.
We all got imperfections.
Yeah.
You know?
And then when you put in some enhancements and fill in those spaces, you know, it just makes the cut look extra crisp, at least for that night.
Yeah.
You know, now what about, but when you shower, it comes off? Well, yeah, it's colors. Just like, you know, a woman, when she puts makeup on, she showers, it's gonna come off.
It's that is our real quick. Geo 07, we appreciate you tuning in, and we appreciate you subscribing. Help get them subscribers up, because like I said, y'all give me the 3,000 subscribers, we're gonna give away free haircuts for the month. But man, that's another thing too. People are like, man, because they do wash off, right? They do wash off, but that is.
But do they though?
Well,
a lot of them don't.
Nowadays, they're kind of getting. Yeah, nowadays they're kind of getting better, and I ain't gonna lie. There's a couple actually that I just found out about, man, and they're almost waterproof. Like, you put some water on it, and them jokers are staying.
The enhancement that I use, I even go swimming. I go to the pool, bro,
Really?
and it stays. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Which brand do you use?
They don't pay me to promote them.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not
Yeah,
gonna,
no, yeah.
But
Like that.
off
Yeah,
cameras,
yeah.
I would definitely tell you what it is.
Okay, bet, yeah,
You know, see, you get to a point now that you gotta, you know,
Yeah.
once you get, but you do get to a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you do get to a point that, you know, you get sponsored and you get paid by all these companies.
Yeah.
And you know, I can promote somebody. I'm gonna tell you like this.
Yeah.
Like off the side, right? I can promote somebody out of love. Like let's say if you had your own what is it? Top flight
Whatever.
gel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would really say, yo, boom, because I'm looking out. This is
Right,
homies. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Logo is different, right? But for companies,
Big wigs.
nah, yeah, you gotta
yeah,
pay me. You
yeah.
got to a point that you gotta
Facts.
pay me for that.
Facts.
You know?
Yep.
So yeah, but I'm gonna let you guys know
Yeah,
exactly what I
definitely.
use. But
Because the name of the game in barbering is you never stop growing, you never stop learning. You know what I'm saying? And then the enhancements, it's a thing. But I think if I could be swayed to start using them, anybody can be swayed to start. Because I was a hard sell. But no, that's facts though. The enhancement game is me and Fuego. We this is my boy right here. And we see eye to eye on so much. We have the same mindset when it comes to business on a lot of things, and it's hard to find that in business. But man, we be like this on opposite ends when it comes to a lot of things, and a lot of lineups. Where them lineups are a trip, man. I love a natural lineup. I don't want to push it back. And Fuego like, look, we finna push it back. So let me ask you that though. Like, are you like on something like lineups? Are you more of a naturalist? Do you believe in a pushback is necessary sometimes?
man, here's the thing. There's you got pushbacks, and you got what I call a professional pushback.
Professional.
Sometimes
pushback.
you gotta bring it up just a little bit. You know, not necessarily. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna get real technical.
Yeah.
And only barbers are gonna understand
Yeah.
this. If you do a lineup in the front is supposed to be a box.
Right.
You know, straight, boom, and then
Yeah.
you know come down. When barbers do there's some arch,
Yeah.
dumb thing that they do, arch or whatever,
Yeah.
you are gonna push it back. It's pushed
Yeah.
back. It's pushed back on the side.
Yeah.
Because now you got this little bitty forehead, but it's going sideways. It looks like you
Almost
want a
kinda
headband.
round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You're pushing it back.
Okay,
So
yeah.
when a client comes to me like that and I gotta fix it, it looks like I'm pushing his back because I'm doing it right.
Right.
But no, when you do it right, it looks good, and then you see the grow back that it was wrong. You know, it was done
begin
wrong
with.
before because
Right.
they were actually pushing it
Right.
like in,
Right.
not even back, like pushing it in.
Right.
So,
Real quick, chat for people asking in the chat. Enhancements are color. We enhance hairlines. We enhance the whole haircut with color. So if you like we were saying, if you have thin spots or for a lot of men that go gray or even bald spots, things like that, we use color enhancements. We use color and we use even fibers, which are like synthetic keratin to fill in haircuts. But yeah, that's what enhancements are. But go ahead.
yeah, no. So
The arch of the
yeah, the whole arch. So once you do it right, it may look pushed back, but it really is not.
yeah.
You know,
It's an adjustment. We're bringing it to where it needs to be.
Yeah, but like, I think I kind of get where you guys are going with. You say you like it supernatural.
Yeah.
It might not look as sharp where he wants to do it. Like, let me go push a little bit in more so it could be saying sharp.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take his side on that one.
Yeah.
Because I like
Okay.
I like my
Okay.
lineup
He
sharp.
won. Look, we'll give it to him. All right.
I like my lineup sharp.
It's
you know
all
what
in the
I'm saying?
corners. It's all in the.
Yeah. Which
But,
and that's the
They
big
come because they natural hairline ugly, man.
and that
Fix it.
right.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I've had, and what's funny too is I have a lot of clients that they didn't come up in the barbering culture, so they don't know what a hairline, like when people say, man, give me a lineup, but or an edge up lineup, but when they say line me up but don't push it back, it's like, okay, but as a barber, I have to cut something. Like something is going to get cut to make
Yeah.
this sharp. And they say, well, don't push me back. But I'm like, man, when you got a cowlick or something that does one of these and you want it straight, something has to get cut off.
You got those high corners. It's
The
like
high
you can't-
corners,
you
yeah,
can't
like
ignore
there's
it.
just so much. So we try to keep it natural, but then, like I said, I had my epiphany about enhancements, and I'm like, okay, let's push it back a little bit. Let's bring it a professional pushback or an adjustment,
Yeah.
but let's make it to where it is a little bit crispier. And when him and I've had this battle numerous of times, now I'm like, I don't want to. So certain clients, I'll leave them as natural as possible. And then other ones, like you said, sometimes you have to just, make that adjustment. And then also too, I definitely think like the Clippers definitely make, they definitely make a difference.
Maybe a race thing too, for real. I feel like black people, they want that box for sure. Some Mexican people might want it more a little natural.
Yeah, grab that mic before you go. Throw that mic on.
I think I know what you're saying. It's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Culture, not race.
It's a cultural thing. No matter what you are, if you in an urban culture, you're gonna want that box like sharp.
Sharp, yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And do you see like what kind of clients do you see? Just as
I
far
got
as
everybody, bro.
Everybody, yeah.
I got clients that I don't even line up.
Yeah.
I got clients that I cut and they don't even get a lineup. I got clients that I line up with the trimmer is already good enough.
Yeah.
And I got some that gotta get it like super sharp.
Yeah.
So
Are there
I
any
cut
types
everybody.
of clients that you don't like to cut? Like not necessarily particular people, but certain haircuts or anything that you try to stay away from?
So check this out. I think the Edgar haircut is ugly.
Same.
I think
Clip
that's
that
the
one.
ugliest haircut
Yeah.
right now.
Clip that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Edgar.
Edgar haircut. That's the worst hair. That's the dishonor.
Yeah.
That's the disgrace to the barbering community.
Now here's the thing, right? And this is gonna sound stereotypical. This is gonna sound judgmental or whatever. But at my age, and I can care less. My price for my services and the way I promote myself and my services don't attract people that want Edgars.
Facts. Okay.
An Edgar is a haircut that is that a kid wants an Edgar.
Right.
A kid,
Child.
is not gonna. What kid is gonna afford a haircut worth, let's say, $40 is probably a lot.
Right.
Let alone pay 65, 80 or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I pretty much, I don't attract, people that want Edgars or whatever. So when it comes to a particular haircut, that one.
Yeah.
And then as barbers, sometimes we got those clients that, our typical clients, like, there's a difference between a picky client and a client that, okay, picky and demanding are two different things.
Okay, break that down.
I'm gonna break that down for a second. A picky client is somebody that says, bro, I want my lineup to be sharp, and you could push it back a little bit, and I want the top to be, the front to be a little bit longer than the back. Cut the back a little bit shorter, and the front leave it a little bit longer.
Okay.
That's picky, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You want it a certain way.
Right.
Versus, I want you to go skin and keep you going all the way up to from the 0 to the half to the 1 to the 2. Okay, you teaching me how to cut hair. I appreciate that. I
Okay,
didn't know
yeah.
what to do.
Right.
Yeah. And then, or I want my lineup to. I want the mustache to be a thin line as possible.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Let me go get my magnifying glass so I can make sure.
Yeah.
Because we all barbers, we all have one in the back.
Right,
To
yeah.
make
You
sure
know what I'm
that
saying?
when we
Yeah.
get clients like you, we'll do it.
Got it for a special occasion for you.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
when you talk about clients, we're like, nah, just take that little bit of right there,
Yeah.
or that little bit thing, and then they keep looking, and they do this, and they do that, and they don't understand something simple as in, I got more light on this side of the studio than this light. It's
Right,
darker. So
right.
how about you this? How about you look at it in this way or something like that, so you
Right.
know that it's not that I didn't fade it correctly, it's that it's darker over here.
Right.
That's a picky client.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. We don't want those clients.
Right.
You know.
Yep. Because that's the thing about it too is one thing I've learned is when you have a diverse, clientele, you start to cut everybody and you're doing all types of cuts. You can't please everybody. Like that's one thing I learned, and man, I would lose sleep over the clients that I couldn't please. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, how can I? And then I realized I can only do what I can do, and I perfected what I've done, but it's not going to be for everybody. And it's funny, one thing that you just touched on was pricing. The business aspect of barbering is, like I said, it's all new territory. But in 2026, prices are what they are. And even when we opened this shop, Fuego and I talked about pricing, and I was like, I don't want to go too high. And we had conversations, a few conversations, and he was like, man, we're doing it this way because of this. And, you know, and I was like, you know what? That makes sense. And even when I agreed to it, I was like, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm going to ride with you. And then I started to see it happen. And I was like, okay, he's right. You attract, you know, with the type of space that you have, the quality of the cut, the presentation, even yourself, you know, people are going to pay for what they want. And now once I realized that, I was like, okay, to your point, we don't want to cut Edgar's. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna attract the clientele you want, and that's what you're gonna go for. You know, I go fishing all the time. Like that's my thing now, bro.
Really?
Fishing every day. You know, and you know, other people that fish ask me, so what are you going for? You know, I'm going for bass. Okay, so I know my bait and the lure that's gonna go strictly for bass versus catfish. Let's just say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with clientele. You know, I'm going strictly for this type of clientele. My clientele is nothing but like business people. When I say that, I mean entrepreneurs that have their own businesses or careers that they're always in meetings or whatever.
Yeah.
And to them, time is more valuable than money.
Right.
So I gotta make sure that that I'm there on time. You know, let me hold on before I say that. All right, we all run behind every now and then.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah. Talk
Sometimes,
about it.
you know, a few minutes or whatever. I'm talking about like if a client comes in, oh, I got 2 more before you. When he showed up at his appointment time, no, or even 1 person,
Right.
or no. The most the client should wait is at least 10 minutes for you to finish your client,
Right.
and then get him right.
Right.
But you know, my clients' time is more valuable.
Right.
You know, time and attention. So those are the clients that I attract, that I go for.
Right.
And to them, as long as I get them right and I get them on time, you know, in and out, they're gonna pay whatever it is.
Right. They don't question.
Yeah, they don't
because
question,
like you
they don't
said, one thing I've learned is you sell to different types of people, different types of ways. And for people that can afford, you know, the luxury of a good haircut, like you said, time is of the most important. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna pay for what they want. And that's one thing that we spoke about was, man, we've got clients when we're charging $25, people haggling over $5. And it's like, man, you haggling over $5, you're the pickiest guy, you're setting me back. I've had many of those where they'll get in a chair and they're like just so picky, and they'll see 2-3 people waiting and they don't care. They're like, and then you go to check them out, give them everything they want, you check them out, they don't tip. And it's like, man, meanwhile, the guy that was waiting, he's willing to pay damn near double just for, you know, because he knows what he's getting with you.
You might lose him over his little money.
Right. Yep.
That's what.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, you gotta outgrow people, and in this case, you gotta outgrow your clientele sometimes.
Yep.
You know, and I always tell people that, you know, when you go up in prices, you know, don't take a client that doesn't come to you no more. Don't take it as a loss. You just consider like you weeding out.
Right.
You know, you weeding out the ones that
Right.
that you know that won't appreciate your services.
Right.
For those that will. However, a lot of barbers out there, especially young barbers, they love to listen to these influencers that tell you, know your worth, charge your worth, or whatever. And all of a sudden, they come the next day, hey, so I heard such and such, you know, whatever, say that I got to know my worth.
Yeah.
So
$100.
today I'm going from 30 to 100.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, cool. That's your worth. Okay, so what else are you gonna do? What extra are you gonna do?
Right.
No, nothing. That's my price now.
Oh.
So you mean to tell me that you went up in prices, but you didn't go up in quality, you didn't go up in service, you didn't go up in nothing?
Yep. Isn't
Like
that crazy?
You see what I'm saying? So,
Right.
you know, yeah, you gotta understand that before you decide what's your worth, you gotta be worth it.
Right.
Be worth it first before you
Before
know.
you charge it.
And demand go hand in hand with it too. Like if you
Yep.
ain't got that many clients and you don't wanna, you gotta be able to lose some clients.
Yeah.
To be in a position that be able to lose clients to get more clients. You know.
Yeah.
To raise your prices and things like that. For real.
Speaking on losing clients, when you made the move from El Paso to Dallas or to Fort Worth, obviously it's a whole new start. But how was that? What was that like?
So, obviously, you know, thanks to social media again, you know, because all I had to do was post. This is where I'm at now, and because I was able to grow my platform, my audience, and everything.
Your brand.
Yeah, like my own brand.
Yeah.
So any city that I go to, all I gotta do is just post. And you know, I learned how to use hashtags and how to target and pinpoint in social media. You know, so by me using the right hashtags and just consistently creating content and posting my work and everything, I was able to grow. I grew quick. I was working. As a matter of fact, I was by invitation, right? I was working for like a month in this barbershop right here. And
We
guys,
heard,
I
yeah.
told you that.
Small world, man.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just learned. I was like, man, that's
guys.
crazy. So
yeah, shout out to Edward. He was cool
Yeah,
dude.
shout out to Ed and guys, man.
Yeah.
Look, they the homies around the corner.
Yeah, cool people. Cool. Edward was a cool guy, and same thing. He even told me, bro, don't even pay rent, man, because you know having you in the shop is like big. I'm like, yeah, I wasn't gonna do it when I first moved out here.
Yeah.
But I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
You know. But I'm like, let me go ahead and start promoting and this and that.
Yeah.
And it was like you know when if you ever go to like the mountains in like Puerto Rico or I don't know Mexico or something, and you see nothing but like indigenous people that never
Yeah.
seen an iPad and they're going crazy.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I pulled out my cameras and I started promoting social
Yeah.
media. You know.
Right
And
here.
and
wow.
it was like, damn, y'all never seen somebody promote do something like that.
Yeah.
And so, but I was trying to teach, like, oh, do this, do that, do that. And
How
they
receptive?
didn't catch it. So,
Yeah.
but I grew. They saw me in 1 month go from like, why is he charging? They were charging like $30, 25. Why is he at 60? Why is he
Yeah.
at 50? I'm like, people are paying me because you know the way I'm promoting my brand,
Right.
promoting myself.
Right.
It took me like a month for me to like, I'm gonna go to my own studio.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you made the change to DFW, that was the first place that you worked was Ed and guys.
Yeah, and I wasn't even planning to because I came to open up my school.
Oh.
So I wasn't even planning on working out of a barbershop. All I said was, hey, I made a post. Any local barbershop, I want to come by, say what's up or whatever, just to kind of introduce myself to town.
Yeah.
And to also promote my school.
Right.
And I came by, spoke to him, and he convinced me, oh, it's just, you know, if you got nothing going on, it's just, I got a station, so come work here.
Yeah.
We became good friends. You know,
That's real, though.
that's the homie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. And I was able to build quick, bro, because of social media.
Yeah.
You know?
So you still never lost the whole, because that's for some barbers, they get very exclusive, they raise prices and they become the celebrity barber, but you never lost that whole barber mentality of, you know.
I did.
Ah.
I did, actually. I got to a point where I made the mistake of letting the so-called fame and influence get to my head.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, I'm Papito Blessedhands. You know, I'm an OG. I'm somebody. I'm influenced. I'm with companies, blah blah, whatever. I'm gonna charge this much just because this is who I am. So I was letting ego make the decisions of my business. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Big mistake. You know, the pride comes before the fall.
Yep.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened with me. I ended up losing clients. I was neglecting a lot of my clientele that I had built because I was too focused on, well, I got to travel out of town and I got to do this and I got to travel and I got to travel. So you got to put up with it. You got to put up with a celebrity traveling barber.
Right.
So I was letting my ego trying to dictate my value.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, pride comes before the fall. And I ended up losing my clients. You know, I went through a rough time. And other things in my personal life too happened where before I ended up completely losing myself, that's when God had to humble me.
Yeah.
And put me in a situation where God put me in a situation where I needed to seek Him. So I'm like, look, I'm rock bottom. I have nothing and nobody.
Yeah.
Help me.
Right.
Like I need you, you know. And that's like, okay, boom. I'm gonna show you now. What you know? I'm gonna show you why I'm good. What I'm good for.
Right.
Right. And you know, a lot of things. He changed my mentality, bro. When it comes to me, you know, kind of like, even though I always carry myself in a very respectful way. One thing that people used to, like, to this day, they tell me in events and shows, is like, oh, out of all these influencers, one thing I love about you is you're so humble, you're so respectful, you're so whatever, you're a great person. And that means way more than telling me my cuts are good.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I already know they're good. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? But I
yeah.
don't need
Right.
It's another topic. But you see what I'm saying?
Right.
But I feel like God needed to humble me before I lost myself even worse. You know what I'm saying? So I did went through that period where I lost my clients. I lost a lot, bro. I lost money.
Yeah.
I lost sponsorships. I lost my car. There was a time that I got my car repoed. You know what I'm saying? I lost I had a BMW X5. It got repoed. I was going through tough times, bro.
Yeah.
And that was when, you know, now I'm speaking about my faith, where God puts you, He allows you to go in a situation where, okay, what you gonna do now?
Right.
Are you gonna sell your soul, or are you gonna be faithful to me?
Right.
Be faithful to me, I'm gonna bless you
Right.
bigger and better than what
Yeah.
you were before. When He says, sell your soul, it's like, damn, I'm broke. I could get out of here by selling a key real quick.
Yeah.
Or I could get out of here by doing this other, you know, illegal stuff or anything else real quick. But instead, I'm like, nah. I was faithful. I was like, if you got to take everything from me, strip me naked completely, do it. You know, you read the story of Job, pretty
Right.
much is something similar.
Right.
And I just kept my faith, bro. And then little by little, my mentality started changing, and everything just came back, and it came back even better, bro. Everything that I have now, right now, everything that I got before, my barbershops, my school, my sponsorships, everything that I had, I can tell you, I did that by myself, and that's selfish. And it was selfish because I didn't need God back then. I didn't ask Him to give it to me. I did it myself, right? So now it's like He took all that away from me, and now everything that I got now, it came from Him because I was faithful to Him,
Right.
because I was obedient to Him, and I was following Him, right? So now it's like everything that I got right now, it's so much better. You know why? It may not be as much as I was before, right? But it comes with peace, bro.
Right.
And that right there, I don't trade that for nothing, for nobody.
Right.
So right now, for me to give up anything, for somebody to come out, yo, all you gotta do is this real quick, and I got all this for you. If it involves sacrificing my peace,
Right.
yeah, I'm good.
You know, excuse me. What's crazy too is, you know, like you said, you had so many highs off of, you know, this barbering adventure that you had, and it's not until we do this where we, in true, you know, Christian fashion, we don't go to God until we absolutely need Him, and I feel like that's the biggest lesson there is, you can't go to God until, you know, once you need Him, you have to have that relationship, but we do have a forgiving God, and God will, you know, put you on the right path. And it's not until then. It's funny how, you know, we can call it the devil, we can call it vices, or you know, the negative, the things that the riches that, you know, God, or, you know, that evil will tempt you with in this world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll give you everything you want, and we won't have a relationship with God. And when it's taken away, it's like, whew. But when you build it back up on the right, you know, under the right circumstances, your peace is everything, you know.
And I'm gonna tell you something that I learned that it helped me with understanding barbering even deeper.
Oh, go run and tell him to take it off real quick.
Oh yeah, they probably listening
To his conversation.
this conversation. I hope he didn't say anything.
I know something crazy.
Yeah, you mic'd up, bro.
Don't incriminate yourself.
He good. He didn't do a face like.
I know, right?
So he good, yeah. So,
Man, if y'all just joined us right now, we do appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tap in. Go ahead and follow us. And like we were talking about last stream, we're going to talk about it here in a little bit. But yeah, man, get them subscribers up because we want to give away free haircuts this month.
there you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So so the one thing.
Take your mic off. Okay,
Oh
bet.
yeah, he went to the bathroom. We don't want to hear that. So the one thing that I learned when it comes to barbering throughout this journey, you know, this journey that I went through, is yeah, we all want to grow and do other things from beyond the chair.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we can never forget that the backbone and what holds us together as barbers is behind the chair. It's our
Right.
clients. I'm gonna tell you
Right.
why. A company, you may want to work and sacrifice so much for this one company that you want to be sponsored by that you neglect clients. And now you're here, and now you're thinking you're above your clients because now you're ambassador, educator,
Yeah.
and all that, right? So now you forgot about your clients, you neglected them, you lost them,
Right.
right? The company, you're being loyal to this company, but that company will never be loyal to you. The company is a business,
Right.
right? So when the company wants to go a different direction, they're gonna leave. And if they don't have you included, they're gonna leave you behind,
Yep.
right? So what happens then? Now you gotta come back down here to the chair, and now here you are begging your clients to come back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When they already moved on, it's already it's already a
That's
mess.
crazy.
So I always tell barbers, I've been telling barbers actually, not always, but I've been telling them for the past few years is, it's good to be somebody beyond the chair
Right.
and do all these other things, but make sure you balance yourself. Don't let that neglect your clients.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, bro, this is what we are.
This is what we are.
This
Exactly.
is what we're. And I've seen a lot of people go to different things and do other things, and those things never worked. And guess what? Either months or even years, you see them right back in the chair.
Yep.
And they're embarrassed.
Yeah.
They're embarrassed. They they feel like, man, I was so high up here, and now I'm back down here.
Yep.
In all reality,
If you, I feel like if you don't have a good center or a good relationship or a good base, in your faith, when that does happen, when humility kicks in, it is embarrassing. And we sometimes as humans don't know how to handle that because we put so much of what we're trying to do, so much of ourselves into what we're trying to do. And when you come back, it's like, okay, welcome back,
I went through that. I was seeing myself waking up early to take clients, and I was like, man, I'm Papito Blessedhands,
Yeah.
internationally recognized educator and
Yeah.
traveler and influence and everything, and I'm here waking up early to go cut clients or whatever. Like whatever happened to me, this is embarrassing.
Yeah.
But it was a quick thought, but God was already working with me as far as humbling me and everything. It's like,
Right.
nah, let me put in the work. I'm not Jeff Bezos.
Right.
I gotta work. And even Jeff Bezos works.
Right.
He has unlimited
Exactly.
money. He still works.
Yep.
So you mean to tell me that I'm gonna be the barber that work less, get more?
Yep.
No, Jeff Bezos has more than anybody in the world combined, and he
Right.
still wakes up in the morning to work.
Yep.
So I don't have that type of money.
Right.
So yeah, I'm gonna get up and work.
Yep.
So, and you get up and work, and what do you do? You're not gonna, do something. Okay, let me go to the barbershop, and X Clippers is gonna send me a check.
Mm-hmm.
No, you know who's gonna pay you? Who's the kid sending that check? The clients that you gotta
Exactly.
build again.
Yep.
So right now, the way I handle my business is I'm fully booked, right? But the way I handle my business is I prioritize my clients first. I make sure that if I leave out of town, they get their haircut.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. And if it's gonna affect me, like going somewhere, it's gonna affect me, I gotta make sure that I gotta make it up to them.
Right.
Even if it's like, hey, I may not cut your hair Friday because I'm leaving Friday. I could cut you Thursday, even if it's late.
Right.
That's fine. And as a matter of fact, because it's an inconvenience to you, I must charge you half off.
Something. Yeah.
Because I'm already gonna make money over here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
The relationship and,
Yep.
and the interaction with the client it goes so much further because, I've talked about that with people is there's clients that obviously we like we said, there's clients we don't want, right? But the clients that do see us, when you think about what a client pays every week, 2 weeks, a month, 5, 10 years, they put a lot of money in our pocket over a lifetime, and when we build that relation, they're paying for that, that security of, what we give them.
I'm glad you brought that up too. You said the clients do what? They put a lot of money in our
Put
pockets.
a lot of money in our pocket.
I hate when barbers don't appreciate that.
You know?
A barber will walk in the barbershop, treat a client like you're not gonna respect the time, you're not gonna respect the service, you treat them like whatever, you're gonna be an inconvenience to them when, bro, they the ones putting the money in our pocket.
Yeah.
why would you not have that respect for that for this client?
Yeah.
Barbers
know?
like Hollywood. It's
And we're
Yeah,
Hollywood.
yeah.
You're a
And
barber.
it's crazy too because we always want that NFL player, athlete, rapper, and it's great because it is almost an indication that we have found success with what we do because of the status that our clients have. But the regular guys, the warehouse workers, the truck drivers, the people who come and they bring their kids, those are the ones who they build us. And in this, and I wanted to ask you about this too, but there's this trend that barbering is
It's a stepping stone.
It's a stepping stone, and
Stepping stone for what?
and well, that's the great thing. That's the
scale your business.
yeah,
You
to
got
scale.
Those young guys out of Dallas, they call themselves the best barbers in Dallas. They're making videos talking about buy our course, learn why barbering doesn't last forever. He's saying you should only be cutting hair for about 2-3 years. It's a stepping stone. Then you scale your business, and they don't ever tell you what you do. They just tell you scale your business. Buy
Scale
our
it to
course.
what?
Exactly. That's what they sell you.
So does the course say what you scale it to?
We don't. Well, that's the thing is.
I'm believing in this online courses.
Well, see,
I don't hate,
Right.
and I don't wanna,
Right. Yeah.
I don't wanna hate on nobody's hustle,
Right.
but
I don't like them.
like for me to charge, I don't know,
Because I feel like
it's the
this.
same. Okay, I'm sorry. When you teach a class, right? I'm teaching somebody. I'm not gonna there to run my mouth to
Right.
talk about experiences, right?
Exactly.
Which
to
is
get
a-
to help
yeah.
you to help you.
Yeah.
No, I'm here because I gotta teach you how to do my techniques on how to do this fade.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
I'm gonna give you techniques on how to build my business. Okay, I get it. But a lot of these barbers, bro, they create a course just to take your money to try to use that psychology of the motivation, like
your worth.
man, you can do it. I promise you, you can get up in the morning and whatever.
Know your
telling you
worth.
things. Yeah,
You
know
know,
your worth.
it's-
Okay, but what is my worth?
What is?
Exactly.
Tell me.
How- yeah.
I'm gonna give you this $500, but
could- yeah.
what do I get for it? you
Yeah,
know?
what is my worth? Well, you gotta
Yeah.
know your worth. Okay, what is it? What's
Yeah.
my worth? Only you know.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like
So why am I paying you to tell me what?
Yeah. What are you doing for me?
It's nah, man. That
What's crazy, man, is.
yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like,
it's a scam.
And it's funny
it's a
too
scam.
because we don't want to, like you said, you don't want to put nobody's hustle down. But I've found where now people are saying, like with barbering, for example, it's a great way to scale a business, almost scale your worth, your net worth, to go do other things, that's great. I'm a purist though. I am a barber's barber. I feel like, I like coming into the shop every day. I used to work, not in a suite, but I used to work from home. I renovated my garage, and my clients loved my garage more than the shop. They asked me, why are you going back to the shop? I said, because I'm a barber's barber. I love being in the shop. I love coming in and, turning on the TVs and, making the coffee and
Talking
seeing
to
what
other barbers,
talking
you
to
know?
barbers. I love seeing them come in.
you love the environment.
Love the environment, right?
Okay,
So
yeah. That's fair.
I don't think that you can, and with people like yourself who have made an entire career in the hair industry, you can definitely do something. But I don't think you ever have to leave barbering to go, just scale up. I think we're losing pride.
But again, we're talking about scaling up. Scaling up to what?
Exactly.
Like what are we scaling up
getting-
to?
yeah,
What are we scaling up to?
What are
He's
we
asking us.
Because I always, and it's great that you made the point of, people scale up or you elevate, but then when you have to come back to, when you have to get back behind the chair, I feel like as barbers, we should never lose that. You should always take care of your clients, have pride in what we do, love what we do, because what we do is a skill. And there's this trend on social media that you can leave that behind to go scale up to who knows
They
what.
don't ever tell you what.
But they
don't
never
ever
tell you what.
They just tell you make this amount of money this month.
And I feel like
Look at
people
all my
take
people.
that, whatever it is.
Or the whole level up. Okay,
Yeah.
level up to what? Scale
And
up.
where
Scale
we
up to
going?
what?
To be
Yeah.
charging $150 per
Yeah.
haircut.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too. Okay, yeah, you're right. 100. Okay, so how do you?
How do you justify
I just. I mean, I know barbers that in months they went from charging 75 to 125 to 175 like that.
Yeah.
Or for a haircut, and I'm thinking.
What do you think about that?
Okay, a regular client, are they really gonna pay
Right.
Not only that, if they pay it, I don't know where the barber is getting this clientele from, but hey, power to you. All I'm saying is that when you're charging that price, this is what that says about you, right? But we don't see it, right? Because we listen to these influencers.
Right.
I'm telling my barber, I'm telling my client, hey, I only care about me and my success
Right.
and my pocket.
Yep.
I don't even care about you. That's why I'm overcharging you, and I'm gonna convince you to pay me this. Right? I like to be the barber that the client feels like I'm taking care of you.
Yeah.
I'm taking care of you in a way that, look, I'm taking care of your pockets. I'm charging a reasonable price,
Right.
obviously, and also like my clients, they know I take care of them in such a way that even if I can't cut the hair, I'm gonna direct them to a barber that's gonna give them a good haircut,
Yep.
because that's still taking care of a client.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not afraid to, I'm not insecure about losing a client, because I know my services, my quality, and my relationship with them is so strong
Yep.
that I'm not scared to lose them. I know I'm not going to.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But but for barbers to overcharge just to feed their ego, I think that's wrong. But that's my opinion.
Right.
You
No,
know what I'm
I
saying?
definitely feel
That's a
that.
clip. That's
And I feel like it's, you know, it's funny because doing that, the few that do that the masses see on social media of barbers doing that, it creates you know, this perception that all barbers are overcharging. They don't want to nobody wants to do walk-ins. Everybody charges too much. You know, they can't do this haircut. They can't. It gives the barbers, you know, that really do this day to day a bad image. You know, and it does kind of, you know, like even barbershops. You know, a lot of people they have this mindset walking into a barbershop like, you guys take walk-ins, and it's like, yeah, of course we take walk-ins. We're a barbershop, you know, but
They get these young barbers wanting to be celebrities. They want to put themselves, I'm better than the client. And you can't ever be better than a
only
client.
do appointment only.
As
but
long
it's
as
like,
you're
wait,
servicing
what?
this client, you can't ever be better than him.
Yeah, you
I
know?
work for you.
Yeah.
You are under the client. As long as you're cutting the client's hair, you're under the client.
Right.
He's paying you.
He's paying you.
He's your
you know?
paycheck.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
you can't
ever be a celebrity. You can't ever be Hollywood. It's just wrong.
We've lost the humility.
I don't.
You know?
Yeah, I never understood that.
It's wrong.
And I almost kind of feel like we lost the humility in barbering when we became too prideful as barbers, because it's like, man, we're never bigger than the haircut, you know. And I kind of feel like, man, if you do want to do other things, that's great. You know, any of you only want to be a part-time barber, that's great. But for the barber's barber, the full-time barber who feeds his family off of cutting hair, off the hair industry, man, I take a lot of pride in that. And I think, you know, there's a lot of things that are changing, but, you know, things come and go in trends. And I do feel that we will get back to people seeing the barbershop as a nucleus of the neighborhood. People will get used to seeing us doing walk-ins again, you know, being able to service people, because, you know, not everybody is, you know, out here charging $500 a haircut. You know, that's just great. We want to tell people, like, we run a special here to let people know, even though, you know, we do premium service and we give great haircuts and this is a premium shop, we still take care of the little people. So if our prices are too much, we run a special on Wednesdays. Come on and get that haircut.
But
you know
then,
what I'm saying?
you got people also telling you, I charge 500. I got receipts. I got invoices. I got statements.
Yeah,
Like, bro, you're cutting celebrities.
yeah,
You know, and not only that. Here's the thing about cutting a celebrity. Sometimes you're not, and barbers that cut celebrities, they know how to charge.
Yeah.
They're not charging per haircut. You're
Yeah.
charging by your time.
yeah,
You know, you got contracts. You got people that, for instance, you know, my boy Mark Morero. I don't know if you know him. Blurry Fades from Miami,
Oh, okay.
from
yeah,
Florida.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's my mentor. That's my brother. You know, he was Diddy's barber in Miami. He cuts a lot of celebrities. And I remember I would talk to him. I talk to him on a daily. You see what I'm saying? And he's not charging Diddy by the haircut. The way when they call him to tell him, yo, we need you, that's pretty much just like, come here, you come to the mansion, and you stay here until Diddy's ready for his haircut. Because when Mr. Combs is ready, then you gotta be ready to start his haircut right away.
That's
So
a
he has to,
contracted job.
So he has to charge they gotta pay them for the whole day. You gotta be the whole day waiting.
Right.
You see what I mean? And now that goes into contracts and all that, and salaries and everything.
Yep.
So you got these people telling you to charge regular Joe Johnson that was at Walgreens $500 a haircut.
You know,
Like,
how
it's
does-
not the
it
same.
doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not
it just
the
doesn't
same.
work. And it is. There's definitely with something like contractor work like that versus our our day to day or client to client haircuts in the shop. You can do both. Both are different. It's a different landscape. So you got to know how to handle each one differently. But you definitely can't charge what they're charging Diddy or a celebrity. But to the regular, like you said, the Joe Schmo, it just doesn't. It kills the barber.
makes us look
the
bad.
business platform. It kills our business platform.
So what do they do? Right, it's a what is it? What's the word? It's kind of like a general question, right? Why do they do it? Well, people pricing themselves because they're letting their ego,
Right.
make the decisions for them and dictate.
Right.
Because you're letting somebody else's ego also influence you on pricing.
Right.
At the end of the day, barbering is something that is a community service at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we just gotta always remember that we're here for the community, but we're also gonna make a living. But I'm not gonna make myself rich off of this one client or every client. Right? If I wanna scale up, I'm going back to the scale up.
Right.
How do you scale up as a barber? You build clientele, right? Once you build clientele, that you're making enough money that if you have a place, let's say this place pays $5,000 a month, right? With overhead, rent, and everything, it's probably more. But when you feel like you could do that by yourself, right? You're working so much that you could pay it by yourself. Then now you feel like, okay, let me open up a barbershop and let me now have money to build stations.
Right.
And now I got other people working, right? And I'm gonna train them and build them into building clientele like I did.
Right.
And then once they do that, I'm gonna offer the opportunity of one of them. Hey, I want to open up a second location. Do you want to go half and half, or do you want to, manage it or whatever this and that?
Right.
That's scaling up.
Right.
But
Exactly.
and going back to the whole, buy my course to show you how to scale up. This is something that you learn in the barbershop.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's like my mom is not gonna make a course online how to make rice. Bro, you learn that growing up.
Right. That's
You
just
know?
something you get from being there.
Free game from Joe G.
I'm not gonna hate on her if she says
Right.
it, but I feel like,
But just know, I watch you call.
Mom, come
Nah,
on.
nah.
You know?
Having said that, you know how to make rice?
bro, I make a mean rice.
Do you?
Bro.
Okay, yeah.
Matter of fact, fun fact. Before I was supposed to show up here at 6, I got here at 6:11. It's because as soon as I left work, I went home to cook, and I was cooking. That's what I was making. I made some beef, some like fajita beef, with some rice, bro. My rice.
You find out you
man,
cook.
bro. What?
Okay, man. Cause look,
Bro, come on.
Bless
you
hands,
make
man.
like
Right? All the way.
Bro, listen, I cut hair good. I fish.
Okay,
I go fishing. That's my every day,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I cook, and you don't want to see me on Call of Duty, bro. I'm a beast, bro. I'm a beast, bro.
yeah. You know what? That might be your thing, man. Because if you know what you're doing on Call of Duty, look, that's what that streaming, that's where it comes in, man. Let me.
I
Ask
wanted to do streaming for playing and fishing.
Man.
Oh, really?
And fishing, yeah, fishing.
Where do you like to
Fishing's
go
dope.
fish around here?
Well, I usually go down to the coast, right? But when I do around here, I go to creeks and lakes or whatever. I got some
Yeah.
spots that are
Whatever,
guaranteed.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, here in Keller and all that. So
Yeah.
well, that's my thing. As a matter of fact, if I open my trunk of my car right now, I got my stuff in there.
Really?
I got my rods. I got my tackle box. I got everything.
Oh, you with it? Okay. Hell yeah,
Bro.
Hell yeah. That's it's funny because I'm not from Texas originally, so to me, I feel like if people fish, they're country. Like in my mind, I don't know why, but
It's
you
true.
know.
It's true. Yeah, it's a country thing.
Yeah,
It's a country thing.
I was.
But I've never like to be out, and I got a lot of homies that have been fishing. And two things that I want to do: I want to learn how to fish. I want to learn how to play golf. Two very different things, but
Yeah.
you know, people be out there fishing. I'm like, okay, you know, I could go do golfing, but fishing is you got to know what you're doing out there. You know how to fillet a fish and all that too.
I don't know how to do.
Okay.
I don't know how to
Yeah,
do.
cause that's
I seen
My
people
grandpa
do
taught
it.
me
It's
how to do
cool.
that one.
Yeah.
I could
Okay.
fillet. I couldn't cook it.
Yep.
I could fillet it.
that's
But bro,
crazy.
it's just fishing is it's chill. It's
It's
peaceful.
peaceful, yeah.
And it's the thrill that you get, bro, when you cast and you're just waiting, and all of a sudden you feel that bite,
Yeah.
and you caught it, and you fight it with a fish, and you gotta let the fish is gonna be swimming around,
Yeah.
and the fish is gonna get tired, and you gotta play with that. It's gonna get
Yeah.
tired. You reel them in, and then when you get it, you know, it's the excitement of how big the fish is.
Man,
Yeah.
it's nothing like it when you get it out the water.
Bro, when you
I
get it,
ain't
you
fished
take,
in
you hold it, you take that picture. I'm on an app called Fish Brain, and it's like
Oh,
a social
really?
media for people that fish.
Yeah.
Bro, you catch a fish, you take that picture, you post it, and people start commenting and all that.
what's
So,
the biggest fish you've ever caught?
okay, when it comes to weight, okay, length was 21 inches. I think it was a red snapper, 21 inches out in the sea. For bass, my biggest one was about 2.5 pounds. It was about, I think it was about 17 inches or something like that. That was my biggest bass.
Wow.
My best catch ever was a shark.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was that at?
That was in the coast, but it wasn't a
Okay.
big shark. It was about 19. It was about 19 inches.
Like a little reef shark?
Huh?
Like a little reef
It
shark?
was a black tip.
Black tip
shark.
reef
Yeah,
shark?
yeah.
Yeah.
A shark is still a shark.
Shark
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
shark.
I was gonna
shark
say you
is still
caught
a
a
shark,
shark.
bro.
I ain't
Yeah.
never caught no
Them
shark.
shark poles to be about that thick. Yeah.
Really?
Nah. So okay. So the week before we went, right? I was fishing, and some other people. There's a family. They caught a shark, but they were scared to like grab it and throw it because you throw it back.
Yeah.
But I saw somebody else the week prior to that holding it, right? And they were like, and he told me, like, you just gotta hold it like this. All right, cool. Now I know.
Yeah.
So that following week, I played the hero. Because I went to see the shark, and I'm like, nah, I got you. So I held it. You know, he unhooked it, but I held it, threw it back.
Yeah.
The following week, boom, I caught mine. And I just you go behind it, and you hold it like a snake, like that.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then you unhook it. I'm holding it like this. I'm taking my pictures.
Yeah.
Cheesy as shit, bro.
Loving
Yeah,
it.
bro.
Hell yeah.
Bro, but the feeling when I reeled it in and I put it on the ground, I was jumping up. Like that was the same weekend that the Knicks won the championship.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
I was
yeah.
celebrating, you know, I'm from there, so I was
Yeah.
celebrating the Knicks winning the championship. And I felt like me catching that shark, that was my championship, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro. I was like, yeah, let's go.
This is it.
And I even drew a crowd. Like people came to see my
Yeah.
shark and everything. And I was like, yo, like they
Boy,
over
I
here
with
to see
a
my
shark.
shark. Bro, that was the best, bro.
You're the man.
So
yeah.
I mean, I've been fishing one time. We went out to Miami with my brother and a couple good friends, and we signed up for deep sea fishing. And bro, they took us out there.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
man, we were like 30, 45 minutes, you know, out, and I'm not a sea person like that. I don't get into the water like that.
Throwing up.
Man, and we were out there, and man, they were catching some big fish, and it's crazy being that far out. Like we were out there. We didn't catch nothing. The homie caught. I couldn't tell you what he caught, but that fish was probably about that big.
little baby catfish,
bro.
you know?
It was a little fish, and we're like, Devin, just throw it back, bro. Like, what do you? He's like, no, I'm keeping it. He sat in line for about 30 minutes to get it filleted. Well, we're supposed to catch something because we're gonna take it back, and whatever you catch, you keep. His grandma was gonna cook whatever we caught. That was gonna be dinner. You know,
Yeah.
here's the whole thing. So we brought back this, and I think she filleted it, and we got like, it was 4 of us. We got like a little sliver of a piece of
Like a
fish.
sushi roll. Yeah.
So we ended up going somewhere.
Yeah.
We ended up going somewhere to get some food. But man, he spent 30 minutes sitting in line getting that little fillet. And I was like, man, look.
So, look, so what I was telling you before about when you pick your clientele, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, this past weekend I was out there and I didn't catch nothing. But I'm looking at other people catching little catfish here and there, whatever this and that, little trouts or whatever, croakers, things like that, little
Yeah.
fish, right?
Mm.
I didn't catch nothing. But here's the thing. What are they going for? They were going for that type of fish. How do they go for that? Because you pick a smaller hook, you pick a different type of bait,
Yeah.
right? Or sometimes a smaller bait, and that's what you go for, right? Me, I was going with a big hook, and I was using it's a big fish like that you cut in pieces. It's called bonito, or shark love eating. What's the thing that killed Steve Irwin?
Oh,
the
yeah,
stingray.
Stingrays, yeah.
That's the
so,
hammerhead
yeah,
shark,
So I
yeah.
so I bought a stingray, and the same thing. The guy told me how to cut it, how to cut the stingray and everything, and I was using it. So I didn't catch nothing. Now I went to the wrong pier. There's another pier a couple of miles down the road. That's where the sharks be at. That's where everybody catches shark. I went to this other pier, but you see how I didn't catch nothing because I was in the wrong place, right? And I was throwing bait to catch what wasn't in there.
Right.
I can't be in the hood, you know, promoting $100 haircuts because my clientele that I'm trying to fish for is not there.
Exactly.
Right,
You got to cater.
right.
And the bait that I have, which is my haircut, my services at this price, nobody's catching it.
Right.
So sometimes you gotta move.
Yep.
You know, either you move
Yeah.
or you gotta pick the right bait.
Yep.
You know,
That's
but you want to
facts.
stay with the small fish or you want to go with the bigger fish.
Right.
It's up to you.
That's real.
You
Chad,
know what I mean?
that's very real. Man, nah, that's man, we appreciate that game, man, because that's real. We're running about an hour and a half right now, but so we're gonna wrap it up here soon. But man, we appreciate that, man. That's real spill. We appreciate you coming out, kind of chopping it up with us, and you know, putting us on game, because yeah, this barbering thing. What's so crazy about this thing, man? We were just talking about this too before you came. We're like, man, with social media, you get on there, you find people, you see all these followers and what they doing, and then Cole said it. He's like, man, he's a barber too. And it's like at the end of the day, like, you know, it's you know, at the end of the day, we are barbers, man, and that's what's dope about
That's
it.
the whole point.
Man, there's people at different levels of this thing, but at the end of the day, you know, only we know how to give fades, only we know how to taper, only we know how to do a shave. You know what I'm saying? That's something that, you know, no matter where you fall on it, we're all barbers at the end of the day.
And
you know what I'm saying?
we all barbers. We all go home and cook,
Yeah.
shower, use the restroom,
Yeah.
fish, play a game,
Yeah.
go to Walmart.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? There's no need for, you know,
The
for
celebrity
barbers. Yeah, for
mentality.
that celebrity mentality.
Yeah.
You know, there's no need.
Yeah.
There's no need, especially if you're in the service industry. We're here to
Yeah.
serve.
You know?
You serve with humility. You don't
Yeah.
serve with arrogance.
Yeah.
You know, you what if you go to the restaurant and the waiters is not paying attention to you,
Yeah.
not taking your order correctly, treating you like, yo, you're gonna eat, just follow me.
Yeah.
You know, right? So
Exactly.
why is the barber treating the client the same way?
Right. You know what I'm
see what I
saying?
mean?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
We
nah.
forget that, man. We here to service people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. You say you know how to cook some rice. I'm gonna have to see this, cause I don't, man. Look,
I'm gonna
rice
need some
ain't,
mofongo.
especially, man.
Bro, but it's easy. I use a rice cooker, bro.
Ah, that's cheating, man.
It's a
What
rice
you mean?
cooker.
That's cheating. You gotta.
The seasoning and the amount you put in,
I was gonna
that's
say, so
the
you
key.
you do like real Puerto Rican rice, or I guess
It's
white
just-
rice.
it's
It's a white rice.
Rice is
jasmine,
rice. It's all rice
white
to me.
rice,
Okay,
long
yeah.
grain.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause,
put in
man,
the rice
so
cooker. You put you the ingredients that you want.
Yeah.
And my flavor, my rice, the flavor of my rice is gonna be different than yours and yours.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I'm just saying that. Look, my kids, bro. My daughter's gonna be the biggest critic, bro. She told me before, Papi, this meat tastes like clay, like Play-Doh, like
Yeah.
that. She
Rubber.
told me that, bro. And for her to go from that to now telling me, "Can you serve me more?"
Yeah.
That's the biggest compliment
That's-
I could
yeah,
give, bro.
Look, yeah, that's
I
how you
scaled
scale.
up. I
Yeah.
scaled up.
That's how you
Yeah,
scale.
I scaled up.
Yeah.
There you go. Buy my course. Teach you
Right.
how to make rice.
For real.
Come on.
That's funny as hell. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, shit, man. Man, we appreciate you coming through, man. We definitely appreciate you coming through, man.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
scale up.
We're definitely gonna have to do this again, man. And yeah, we'll definitely get into it. But like I said, man, we appreciate you coming through, hopping on stream with us. This was, man, this was dope, man.
Nah,
And,
thank you, bro. I know we've been talking about it for a while, man.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the schedule's kind of like getting in the way.
Yeah.
But I love the invite. I love, you reaching out for me to come do this. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm humble and grateful.
Yeah.
It's just to come here, get to know you guys, kick
Yeah,
it, whatever. And I said this before the camera, but I gotta say it in camera now, bro. This shop, I told you when I walked in, I said, bro, this is definitely top 3. of all the barbershops I've been to, like in the whole DFW.
Yes, sir.
And I'm saying
Yes,
top
sir.
3
We'll take it.
because I can't think of the other 2. I just can't think of the other 2, but I don't want nobody feeling any type of way.
Yeah.
Bro, but the floor, the colors, the lights, the way they are behind it, bro, everything.
You can't get
the signs,
Come on.
this right here, the plants, how they stand out, bro. This is the waiting area,
Man,
bro. This shop is bro, top, definitely
man.
top 3, and I don't even know who the other top 2 are.
You know, hey, we'll take
bless
it,
you,
man.
bro.
We'll
Are
take
they
it.
Fort
Look.
Worth or are they El Paso or?
So I'm talking about, like, I would say the DFW for sure.
Man, hell
Like
yeah.
the DFW, right?
Nah, we'll take that.
In the whole state of Texas. Oh man, top 4.
Man, hey, look,
Top
we'll
5?
take it. Top 4
Top 5?
in Texas, man. Look, y'all heard it, man. We got the stamp, man, for the man himself. So look, we appreciate that. man.
Yeah, and I've been
appreciate
to some
that.
shops, bro, but it's like, it's so clean.
Man, we
Fish in the
appreciate
floor.
it.
Like, how is this shop so clean?
Man.
And the reason I'm asking is because it's hard to see a clean shop.
Right,
you know?
right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, yeah. Nah, man, we appreciate it. Boss Mans, they took a lot of time and effort in this shop, and it shows, man. And me and Cole, we're proud to work here and kind of,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what they told us too. They're like, man, use this as your platform. And when I told them, I was like, look, man, I'm a big boy. I like to eat. And they told me, man, look, come on in and use this as a platform and eat it up. And I said, bet,
There you
man.
go.
So this
There you
is,
go.
man, we love it, man. This is definitely our home. And man, we've had a journey this past year, but we finally found it here. And man, yeah, we love it, man. And we're glad that you can come in. We're glad that you see what the hard work that they put into it, man. Because this is one. So we definitely got to get you back out here, man. So yeah.
Hey man, yeah,
this was dope.
I definitely, bro. I would love to be back. Like I said, I appreciate you inviting me out here, meeting you guys and just doing the stream and everything.
Hell yeah.
This was fun, honestly. This is
Hell
fun, and this is
we'll definitely do it again.
like I said,
Top
top 4, top 5, top 4 Texas.
Look, hey, you know what I'm saying? We'll take
Yeah.
it. Top tier of Texas, man. We'll
Yeah.
take it. Top Flight Hair Studios.
You know what it is? I'm sorry, it's just the floor. Like
It's the
is
floor, man.
dope,
Look,
bro.
look. One
Like,
thing they did do.
You gotta show the floor. You gotta show the
the
floor.
floor
bro.
is crazy. Look.
But look, if a client wants to see the haircut, look in the mirror, look in the mirror, look in the floor. You
Right?
see a
Yeah,
reflection too.
yeah.
That's
You're gonna
crazy.
see it. Yeah, man. Y'all
That's
see
crazy.
it. Y'all see it. Man,
Swimming.
chat real quick. We're doing for this month. This is the first month we're doing it. If you subscribe to us, you get a haircut with the subscription. You get a haircut free starting next month. If you subscribe to us, you get half off your haircut, one haircut. If you can get me to 3,000 subscribers each month, I'm doing free haircuts. So look, today is the 8th. If tomorrow by the 10th, whatever, I get to 3,000 subscribers on Twitch, I'm doing free appointments for everybody who books. So get them subscribers up. You know what I'm saying? I want to give away some free haircuts, but if not, subscribe to us. Like I said, get a free haircut this month. After this month, half off with the subscription. Man, pass the word around. Let's get them numbers up, man, so we can give away some free haircuts. I want to get 3,000 this month. I want to hit my goal of 3,000 next month, because if I get 3,000 subscribers next month for August, back to school, I'm doing free haircuts back to school for everybody. So run them numbers up, you know what I'm saying? Support your boy. Let's get some free haircuts for the kids. Cole, you got anything before we tap out?
That's it.
Already. Look, already. Follow your boy Cole at
817 J Cole Fades.
and then what's your handle?
Papito Blessedhands. Papito _ Blessedhands.
Papito _ Blessedhands.
Because in the beginning you said Papito Blends.
He did say that.
Blends, yeah.
Hey,
I told you that.
But you're good. You're good.
My
you're
boy,
good,
my
you're
boy,
good.
yeah,
Bro, we
yeah,
get that
yeah.
all the time.
Man, I
We
get
that all the
nervous
time.
around.
It's
you
the
know
word
what I'm
blast,
saying?
blast.
Yeah. Cutby.MarioRene and Fuego. Shout them out, Fuego. Where you at?
Shit, man, just Top Flight Hair Studio.
Top Flight Hair
Top Flight
Studios.
Hair
Y'all go
Studios.
follow us.
Work.
Yes, sir. Bet. Until the next one, chat. Like I said, run them numbers up, and we're gonna holla at y'all.